live fully in the present. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most powerful principles for inner peace and happiness is learning to live fully in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." His words are a timeless reminder that our time is limited and the only moment we truly possess is the present. Living fully into the present means engaging your senses and attention in what is happening right now. It's about letting go of regrets about the past and worries about the future. When you're immersed in the current moment, you can fully experience the simple beauty of life, whether it's enjoying a meal, listening to music, watching the sunset, or simply breathing. Too often our minds are preoccupied. You might sit with a loved one but be mentally elsewhere thinking about unfinished tasks or stressing over tomorrow. In doing so, you miss the very moment that could bring you peace and joy. Ask yourself, what is happening right now? How can I be fully present? These questions can help redirect your focus and ground you in the now. Make it a daily habit to practice being present. Whether you're walking, eating, working, or just sitting quietly, bring your awareness to what you're doing. Even simple moments can become profound when experienced with full attention. Try setting aside a few minutes each day for quiet reflection or meditation. This helps calm your thoughts and brings you back to your center. When you live fully in the present, life becomes richer. You notice the little things, you connect more deeply with others, and you free yourself from the mental chaos that often steals your joy. By embracing this Stoic teaching, you gain not just peace of mind, but also a renewed sense of purpose and clarity in each moment. Understand the impermanence of life. Life is constantly changing, and nothing stays the same forever. This idea, while simple, is one of the most powerful truths we can embrace. Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher, once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." This quote reminds us that everything in life is in a constant state of flux. Many of us try to hold on to stability, hoping things will remain as they are. We resist change, especially when life seems good. But no matter how much we try, we cannot stop the passage of time or the natural transformation of circumstances. Understanding the impermanence of life helps us release this resistance and develop patience, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for the present. Think about your emotions. Even the most joyful moments eventually fade, and so do the painful ones. By recognizing that all feelings pass, we can learn not to cling too tightly to the highs or be overwhelmed by the lows. This awareness allows us to ride the waves of life with more balance and grace. One of the clearest examples of impermanence is the changing of the seasons. Spring brings renewal, summer brings vitality, autumn offers reflection, and winter invites stillness and preparation. Our lives move through similar cycles, each with its own value and purpose. By accepting impermanence, we begin to see the beauty in the present and the importance of gratitude. We stop taking moments for granted and start appreciating even the smallest blessings. Ask yourself, what can I be thankful for today? This simple question brings your awareness back to what truly matters. Stoic philosophy teaches that acceptance of change is essential for peace of mind. When we stop resisting what we cannot control, we begin to live in harmony with life itself. Embracing impermanence helps us grow wiser, more grounded, and more grateful for every fleeting, precious moment. The power of acceptance. Acceptance is not about giving up or being passive. It is about finding the inner strength to face life's challenges with clarity, courage, and calm. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This wisdom lies at the heart of true acceptance. Think about a time in your life when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you lost a job, experienced heartbreak, or faced a serious setback. The natural reaction is often resistance, trying to fight what is happening, deny it, or wish it were different. But when you continue to resist reality, you only create more pain and confusion. Acceptance means acknowledging things as they are without judgment or fear. It means looking at the situation clearly and asking yourself, what can I control and how can I respond wisely? This shift in perspective allows you to move forward without being held back by anger, disappointment, or frustration. Importantly, acceptance does not mean giving up on your goals or abandoning effort. Instead, it helps you focus on what truly matters. When one door closes, acceptance allows you to search calmly and clearly for the next opportunity. It brings emotional flexibility, helping you adapt to change and respond with resilience. Acceptance also frees you from the trap of unrealistic expectations. It quiets the internal struggle and creates space for peace and clarity. Have you ever wondered how different your life would feel if you simply stopped fighting what you cannot control? By embracing acceptance, you choose a more peaceful and powerful way to live. You learn to ride the ups and downs of life with dignity and strength. You begin to trust the journey even when the path is unclear. In the end, acceptance is not weakness. It is wisdom in action. It allows you to reclaim your energy, focus on what is possible, and build a life rooted in peace, self-awareness, and quiet strength. Learn to let go. Learning to let go is one of the most powerful lessons in Stoic philosophy. It does not mean giving up on everything or becoming passive. Instead, it means recognizing that some things are simply beyond your control and making peace with that truth. Imagine holding a hot stone in your hand. The longer you hold on, the more pain you feel. Letting go doesn't weaken you, it frees you. Life is filled with situations, emotions, and relationships that can burn us if we cling to them too tightly. Letting go allows us to breathe again. Why do we hold on to past regrets, anger, disappointment, or unrealistic expectations? These burdens weigh us down and steal our peace. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you let go of what no longer serves you, your mind becomes lighter and clearer." Letting go is not about forgetting or ignoring reality. It is about choosing to release the emotional weight that holds you back. You might need to let go of toxic relationships, past mistakes, or the need for approval. You might need to release control over outcomes that are uncertain. This process is similar to cleaning out a cluttered room. You remove what no longer adds value, making space for what truly matters. When you let go, you create room for peace, clarity, and new possibilities. Ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that is keeping me stuck? Whether it is guilt, fear, or resentment, letting go does not erase your story. It allows you to move forward without carrying the pain. It takes courage to release what you cannot change. But with that release comes real freedom. The journey of letting go is not always easy, but it is essential for inner peace. By choosing to let go, you open the door to healing, growth, and a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just being aware of your surroundings. It is the practice of being fully present with your thoughts, emotions, and experiences without judgment. In Stoic philosophy, mindfulness plays a vital role in helping us maintain clarity, calm, and control in the face of life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This quote speaks to the heart of mindfulness. While we cannot always control what happens around us, we can choose how we respond by becoming more aware of our inner world. Imagine coming home after a stressful day, your mind racing with responsibilities and worries. Instead of allowing those thoughts to spiral, you pause, take a few deep breaths, and focus on what you can do in the present moment. This simple act of mindfulness shifts your attention from chaos to calm. Practicing mindfulness helps reduce stress, improve focus, and bring greater peace to daily life. It sharpens your awareness, allowing you to notice patterns in your thoughts and emotions that may be holding you back. Over time, you begin to respond more wisely rather than react impulsively. You do not need elaborate rituals to begin. Start small. Take 5 minutes each day to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and observe your thoughts without trying to change them. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What am I thinking and why? These questions bring you closer to your inner self and help you remain grounded. Mindfulness also teaches us to focus on what is within our control. As Epictetus reminded us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to stay present, accept what is, and let go of unnecessary fears and distractions. In a world filled with noise and demands, mindfulness offers a return to yourself, a place of clarity, strength, and peace. It is not always easy, but the rewards are life-changing. Through consistent practice, mindfulness becomes a foundation for living with greater purpose and emotional balance. Use silence effectively. In a world filled with constant noise, distraction, and endless conversation, the power of silence is often overlooked. But in Stoic philosophy, silence is not just the absence of words. It is a conscious, powerful tool for understanding reflection and emotional control. Silence gives you space to think, to feel, and to listen. It allows you to step back from the noise of the world and hear your own inner voice. In silence, you can discover clarity that is often buried beneath the chaos of daily life. Think back to a moment when silence brought you peace. Maybe it was during a quiet walk in nature, a moment of stillness before sleep, or even a pause during an intense conversation. Those moments of silence can reveal more than any spoken word. In difficult situations, silence can be a wise response. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, stepping back in silence gives you the opportunity to observe, reflect, and respond with intention rather than emotion. As Epictetus once advised, we have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This ancient wisdom reminds us that listening in silence is a form of strength. Silence also deepens relationships. When you listen more than you speak, you show others that their words matter. You create space for real connection and understanding. You do not need to fill every gap with words. Sometimes the most powerful message you can send is your calm, focused presence. Ask yourself, when was the last time I truly sat in silence and listened to my thoughts? If you rarely do, try making silence a daily habit. Spend a few minutes in quiet reflection or simply observe the world without commentary. Used intentionally, silence is a source of wisdom, calm, and power. It teaches patience, self-restraint, and awareness. In silence, you regain control of your emotions and create space for insight. The world may be noisy, but your strength lies in your ability to remain still, listen deeply, and act wisely. Enjoy the journey, not just the outcome. Stoic philosophy teaches that the true value of life is not found in achievements or final results, but in the journey we take to get there. While goals are important, focusing solely on the destination can cause us to overlook the lessons, beauty, and growth found along the way. Imagine climbing a mountain. The summit might be your goal, but the real experience lies in each step you take, the challenges you overcome, the people you meet, and the views you witness. If you only focus on reaching the top, you may miss everything that makes the climb meaningful. In life, many people become fixated on success, constantly chasing results. They tell themselves they will be happy once they reach a specific milestone, but by doing so, they miss the joy of the process. They overlook the value of hard work, the wisdom gained from setbacks, and the growth that comes through effort. The Stoics remind us that life is a series of present moments. If we spend all our time looking ahead, we lose sight of what we already have. True contentment comes from engaging fully with the process, not just waiting for the outcome. Ask yourself, can I find meaning in what I'm doing today, even if I have not yet reached my goal? When you begin to appreciate the steps, no matter how small, you begin to live more fully. You see progress not just in results, but in the discipline, patience, and consistency you build along the way. Enjoying the journey does not mean giving up ambition. It means valuing the road as much as the destination. Every day is a chance to grow, learn, and experience life more deeply. When you stop rushing toward results and start appreciating the present path, you discover a sense of fulfillment that lasts far beyond any goal. Let your journey be your reward. That is where true peace and purpose are found. Find joy in simple things. In today's world, many people chase happiness through material success, luxury, and constant achievement. Yet Stoic philosophy teaches that true joy often comes from the simplest things, those moments and experiences we tend to overlook in our busy lives. Think of how easily children find happiness. A falling leaf, a warm hug, or the sound of birds can fill them with wonder and laughter. They live with open hearts, unburdened by the pressures of status or comparison. There is a powerful lesson in that innocence. Joy is not something we must search far and wide for. It is already around us, waiting to be noticed. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself in your way of thinking." When we learn to appreciate what we already have, our perspective begins to shift. We stop chasing distant dreams and start finding contentment in the present. The small things like a good meal, a kind word, a moment of silence, or a peaceful walk can become sources of great happiness when we pay attention to them. These moments ground us. They remind us that fulfillment does not always come from more, but from enough. This mindset also helps us build stronger relationships. When we are less focused on what we lack and more grateful for what we have, we become less envious, less critical, and more compassionate toward others. To find joy in simple things, take a moment each day to pause. Look around. What can you appreciate right now? Maybe it is your morning coffee, the sound of rain, or the presence of someone you love. When you learn to see beauty in the ordinary, your life becomes rich in ways that money and success alone can never offer. True joy lives in the present moment, in the small, quiet experiences that nourish the soul. All you need to do is slow down, look closer, and receive them with gratitude. The art of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is a mindset, a way of seeing the world that invites peace, joy, and emotional strength into your life. In Stoic philosophy, gratitude is considered essential to living a meaningful and resilient life. Often we get so caught up in chasing what we do not have that we forget to appreciate what we already do. We overlook the simple blessings our health, the people who care about us, the ability to breathe, think, and feel. Yet these are the very things that bring lasting fulfillment when we learn to recognize their value. Marcus Aurelius once advised, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." His words remind us that happiness does not come from acquiring more, but from appreciating the ordinary moments we often take for granted. When you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, pause and ask yourself, what can I be grateful for right now? It might be something small like a good conversation, a warm meal, or a moment of peace. This shift in perspective can calm your mind and reconnect you to what truly matters. A powerful example of the strength found in gratitude is the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychologist. Even in the darkest circumstances, he chose to find meaning in suffering and gave thanks for the smallest acts of kindness. His gratitude helped him preserve his spirit and survive unimaginable hardship. Gratitude builds emotional resilience. It helps you face difficulties with grace and prevents you from being consumed by frustration or resentment. It deepens your relationships and enhances your overall well-being. To cultivate gratitude, make it a daily habit. Reflect on what went well each day, no matter how small. Write it down, speak it out loud, or simply carry it in your heart. The more you practice, the more naturally it will come. Gratitude is not something reserved for special moments. It is a daily art that can transform how you see the world and how you live within it. Appreciate solitude. Solitude is often misunderstood. In a world that values constant connection and social interaction, being alone is sometimes seen as a sign of loneliness or weakness. But through the lens of Stoic philosophy, solitude is a powerful and necessary part of personal growth. When you are alone, you are free from the noise of outside opinions, expectations, and distractions. You have the opportunity to hear your own voice, to reflect on your values, and to reconnect with your inner world. In these quiet moments, clarity emerges and you begin to understand what truly matters to you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Solitude allows you to examine your thoughts, to improve their quality, and to shape a better life from within. When you embrace time alone, you create space for self-awareness, creativity, and emotional healing. Rather than filling every free moment with entertainment or a conversation, try spending some time in stillness. Take a quiet walk to journal your thoughts or simply sit in silence. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? What do I need? What am I learning about myself? These questions help you build a stronger connection with yourself. Solitude is not isolation. It is not about shutting the world out forever. Instead, it is about intentionally stepping back so you can return to the world with greater understanding, focus, and purpose. When you become comfortable in your own presence, you are no longer dependent on others for validation or happiness. In solitude, you may discover hidden strengths, new ideas, and a deeper sense of peace. It becomes a space for reflection, renewal, and transformation. Just as we need rest to restore our bodies, we need solitude to refresh our minds and spirits. Appreciating solitude means honoring the time you spend with yourself. It is a gift, not a punishment, a chance to grow in silence and return to life stronger, wiser, and more centered. Embrace it, and you will uncover one of the most peaceful and empowering tools for living a meaningful life. In a world that constantly pushes you to chase results, control outcomes, and stay busy, one of the most powerful changes you can make in your life is to stop forcing things and start flowing with them. Life does not always go according to plan, and the more you try to control every detail, the more exhausted and disconnected you may become. Instead, try embracing the Stoic wisdom of living in the present. Pause and fully engage in the moment you are in right now, whether you are eating, walking, or simply breathing. Understand that life is impermanent, that nothing lasts forever, and this alone should be enough to make you appreciate every joy, every pain, in every transition. When challenges come, rather than resist them with frustration, choose acceptance. Acceptance does not mean surrender. It means you are strong enough to face life as it is and respond with wisdom, not fear. Let go of the need to control what you cannot and release emotional baggage that no longer serves you. Practice mindfulness each day to bring yourself back to center even in moments of stress. Use silence to reflect, to listen deeply to yourself, and to reset your thoughts before reacting. Rather than rushing to achieve goals, find meaning in the process. Enjoy the steps you take and the lessons along the way. Look for joy in the simple things, a smile, a moment of peace, a warm drink, or the beauty of nature. Cultivate gratitude daily, not just when something big happens, but for the small, often unnoticed blessings that surround you. Finally, appreciate solitude. Learn to be alone without feeling lonely. Solitude gives you space to reconnect with who you are beneath the noise. Through stillness, gratitude, simplicity, and acceptance, you will discover a life that feels lighter, more meaningful, and more peaceful. Instead of trying to force life to obey your expectations, allow it to unfold naturally. Trust that peace and purpose are not at the finish line, but are found in every present step you take with intention. Apply these practices gently and consistently, and over time, you will begin to experience life not as a battle to win, but as a beautiful journey to embrace.